Hey everybody, so we have some drama news for you guys for Diablo 4, which is kind of crazy because Diablo has been lacking a lot of drama. It's been so smooth, it's been going so well, until a small mistake, which it was a PR nightmare, I think, at this point. We're going to see if there's going to be any fires put out on it, but let's talk about it. So Diablo announced that the first 1,000 players who get to level 100 in hardcore and post it on Twitter will have their username immortalized on a statue of Lilith. It's going to be on the campus of Blizzard HQ, and if you visit there, you can see your name on it, which I think is pretty cool. That's a fun little contest. Now, this is kind of the issue. First, this is not part of Season 1. It is going to happen right when the game starts in the early access. The second they posted it, then they also said, hey, you can upgrade to Early Access Edition. So obviously this was a PR stunt to get more players, obviously, to purchase the game, you know, the Early Access version, etc., etc. But the reason this became a little nasty was because of this. To all the Diablo 4 reviewers whose playtime is up and your characters in progress is deleted, sorry, but can't wait to see you on launch day. Only 6 days till early access. And then there was a second part of this, because how is deleting all their progress and making them start from the same time as everyone else giving them an unfair advantage? Unfortunately, Rod, he might be a new time player here. It did take him 5 attempts to kill the main boss there in the last beta. Not making fun of him. It took me, I think, 3? Yeah, I think it was my 3rd attempt here, so. But anyways, I think Rod is not really seeing the grasp on this. Basically, what's happening is the community has gotten upset because there are some unfair advantages in 2 areas. One, basically, there are players who helped test the game, played the game. You know, they were the press, the media. There were some even long-term ones in the past who've tested out and helped the game, who know the in and outs of Diablo 4. Even though the embargo will end on June 30th, you're not going to be able to absorb, you know, weeks of knowledge and understanding, especially since you're not physically playing it and doing it yourself, to all of a sudden be able to compete to these players, which to me is like, meh, whatever. I'm not a hardcore player. It doesn't matter to me. And I think the second issue with this is, you know, they're trying to sell more early access, you know. They say up to 4 days, right? A lot of people are like, you know what, I think I'll take the 4 days off. It's not there's no Season 1 yet. There's no competitive play. It's just a relaxed period. So you know what? I will go with the lower price version because, I mean, to be fair, it's what, $70 for the base version of the game. So some people are just standing back and saying, you know what? I'll wait the 4 days and come and play. Well, now all of a sudden they're advertising a leaderboard, a physical leaderboard, which now people are like, oh, damn. Personally, I like the idea of it, but I would just move it to Season 2. Season 1. I don't see a reason to start it now. Besides, you know, honestly, it's to try to sell copies of the game, or, you know, the early version, and to try to drive up sales. And I think that's what it is. But so many people have gotten upset. You know, so you got this tweet post here, which this made people sour. You go onto Reddit. And this is just grabbing it from Reddit. Rod Ferguson doesn't believe playing the full game before everyone is advantaged in leveling race. So you can see all the upvotes here, and people are getting pretty sour. And there's a lot of posts. I mean, there's dozens and dozens of posts. It's full on Twitter. Basically every social media platform out there, there's videos of people upset and talking about this. We go to the next one here. Reviewers and creators, world first should not be counted an unfair advantage from the review copiers. And then we keep going on. Rod's first time playing a video game. This one was my favorite just because it just was so sarcastic and snippy, you know. And then we have here, Rod Ferguson doesn't believe access to the full game is an advantage. So, and people are upset. I mean, rightfully so. I'm not a hardcore player, so I'm just kind of brushing this off as, why do I give a crap, right? It's a video game. But there are people who like to be trying to be number one. Diablo is about leaderboards. I mean, they have been for a long time. It's, you know, there's a serious, you know, competitive group in the Diablo community. And in my personal belief, I think they should just literally say, you know what? We made a mistake. We respect that. We're just going to move it to Season 1. Let's do it then. That way everyone has kind of like a fair advantage, and that way you can plan ahead for it too, because they only announce this days before. I mean, basically, like I said before, some people were saying even if they're, you know, more of a competitive type player, they weren't even getting early access because they could save a few bucks. They know the servers are going to have some hiccups and issues. Maybe they you know, are busy that weekend or whatever. But to kind of drop the ball, you know, only 6 days before the game would come out and say, hey, we just created a physical hardcore leaderboard for the first 1,000 players. I mean, that's kind of ouch. So it'll be interesting how this develops. At this time, there has been no news about, you know, we're gonna change it or anything like that. But I wanted to share it with you guys. I actually want to try to do a bit of Diablo news over time. Because one thing I don't do on my channel is I just do some Let's Plays. That's all I do. I just do some videos and I post them up, and it does not get a lot of views. And I want to do a bit more on this channel, so I'm going to start trying to do some content like this here and there. I did this all through OBS. I even have an image slideshow, which was really cool. I got to learn how to, you know, do some video editing and stuff like that, but I popped up some Diablo 4 music. I have another video player in the background playing some beta there that you see right there when I was playing, so I can kind of do everything, you know, people do in professional videos just all through OBS, which is pretty cool power. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. You know, personally, Diablo 4 and Blizzard has done amazing with it. The PR has been quite aggressive, but pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of, you know, hey, get all these cosmetics for going to, you know, this place and that place and that. But you know what? It doesn't matter. They've been really good with the PR, and they've been really good with the community overall. I just think this is one of those tipping points that have upset a lot of people, and I do personally think they should probably consider just moving it to Season 1, and I think everyone would be a lot happier. But either way, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, commenting, liking if you want to see more Diablo 4 content, and have yourselves a wonderful day.